In this lesson, we are going to continue to convert between formats of quadratics. So I've just called this converting equations. So last video, we talked about completing the square, which is a process that goes from standard to vertex. Today, we are just going to look at other conversion formats. So step one, we need to recall the three forms of quadratics. So I want you to pause the video and write the three formats down with all the letters, and then come back and check your work. Okay, standard has A, B, and C in it. Vertex has H and K. Okay, and we have P and Q for intercept. So check your negatives, make sure you do have negatives in there. So we are going to switch between these formats. All right, the first couple of examples, we are going to be starting in vertex form, convert the following equations from vertex form to standard form, and we're going to expand. All right, then we're going to state the vertex in all of these. So I've got vertex form here. So what I need to notice is I have x minus 5 squared. So I want to expand that out because there's really two factors. So I want to rewrite the problem but write two x minus 5's. So I have x minus 5 times the second one minus 11. Okay, now I can really see it. Now I'm going to multiply out just this section. So I need to distribute. Okay, so I'm going to do, first of all, x times x. I'm going to have x squared. And then I'm going to do x times negative 5, negative 5x. So here's what I'm doing. I'm doing x times x times negative 5. I'm going to grab the other negative 5 times x, negative 5 times negative 5. Okay, so I did the first two. The second one will be negative 5 times x, so negative 5x. Negative 5 times negative 5 turns it positive to 25. And then bring down your minus 11. Now let's combine like terms. We'll combine the x's and the numbers. So I have y equals x squared minus 10x, and then 25 minus 11 is 14. Okay, this is standard form. Okay, so I am now in standard form. Now I need the vertex. So I'm going to go back to the top and do h and k because it's easier to see in that format. So it will be 5, negative 11. Okay, so we just expanded it out and we simplified. So if you feel comfortable, try number 2 on your own and then come back to the video. Okay, I am going to expand it. So I have y equals, I've got this negative 3 in front that I'll deal with in a moment. So let's write both of these out. Plus 6. Now let's distribute. So leave negative 3 here, and then just deal with x minus 1 times x minus 1. So that would give me x squared minus 1x minus another 1x plus 1. And then don't forget about that plus 6. Now we're going to combine like terms in the parentheses. So x squared, so that's minus 2x plus 1. Now I'm going to distribute into the parentheses. Now I'm going to take negative 3 and multiply it into the parentheses. So I get y equals negative 3x squared plus 6x minus 3, and then the plus 6 on the side. Now combine those numbers at the end. Negative 3x squared minus 6x plus 3. Okay, there is my standard form. And then vertex, I'm going to go back to the top. It's going to be positive 1, positive 6. Okay, that is how we go from vertex back to standard by just expanding out and multiplying. Okay, 3 and 4. Convert the following equations from standard form to vertex form by completing the square. Okay, I want you to do both of these. This is a good review from the prior lesson. So pause the video here and try 3 and 4. Okay, here is my vertex form. And then I'm going to grab vertex out of this format, not standard form, because standard form, remember, I have to do that negative b over 2a. So we have 4, negative 17. Okay, I'm going to run through number 4 real quick here. So if you have an answer, you can skip ahead in the video. Let's see, y plus 31. And then I'm going to move the 31 over. Okay, there's your vertex form. And then my vertex is going to be negative 5, negative 31. Okay. So that is going from standard to vertex. So if you look at the first 4, the processes are really opposite. 1 and 2, we started with vertex form, multiplied it all out and got standard. And then 3 and 4, we went backwards. Okay, one more conversion. Excuse me. We are going to convert each equation from standard to intercept form by factoring. All right. Then we're going to state the x-intercepts and the vertex because we will be in intercept form. Okay, number 5. We are going to factor this trinomial. So remember, when we factor, we're looking for these two factors. So I'm thinking through, well, I see a 1 right here. That's good. There's not a whole lot to check on that end. So factors of 3, and I can make it negative in a moment. So they're going to multiply up to the negative 3, add up to the negative 2. So 1 and 3 are my only options. So if I want them to add negative, I'm going to make 3 negative, 1 positive, and then my multiplication will still give me negative 3. Okay, so I have one of my factors is going to be x plus 1, and then x minus 3. So that's intercept form right there. Okay, so I'm going to jump down to my intercepts. So, or actually I'm going to come back up here. So I need the p value and the q value. So you want opposites, remember. So negative 1 and positive 3. So those are going to give me my intercepts. So negative 1, 0, positive 3, 0. And then to actually get the vertex, I can't see it in either format very easily. So remember, to find the x-coordinate, we're going to add the p and the q together and divide by 2. So negative 1 plus 3 divided by 2, that's going to be 2 divided by 2, which is 1. So I've got 1 comma something. And then I'm just going to plug 1 in for all the x's in my highlighted equation. So I've got 1 plus 1 times 1 minus 3. So 1 plus 1 is 2. 1 minus 3 is negative 2, so that's negative 4. That's the rest of your vertex. Okay, try number 6 and number 7. You're doing a quick factoring and then calculate your vertex. There is my factored form. Let's get our P1, Q8. And so I can go ahead and do intercepts. All right, I need to calculate the x-coordinates. I'm going to do 1 plus 8 divided by 2. I'm averaging them. So this is the decimal. That's okay, 4.5. So let's plug in 4.5 for x's. So 4.5 minus 1, 4.5 minus 8. And I'm just going to run that through my calculator real quick here.
So that gives me a negative 12.25. So completing my vertex, negative 12.25. And so here are your intercepts and your vertex. Okay, on the last one. Excuse me, 1 and 15, 3 and 5. Okay, I need to do a positive 5, negative 3 to get it to add to 2. All right, y equals x minus 3, x plus 5. Okay, p-value. P is positive 3, q is negative 5. Okay, intercepts. 3, 0, negative 5, 0. Now calculate vertex. Negative 2 over 2 is negative 1. And then let's plug it in. So I've got negative 1 minus 3, negative 1 plus 5. So that's going to be a negative 4 times a positive 4. So that's going to give me negative 16. So negative 1, negative 16 is your vertex. Okay, so we have converted to all different kinds of formats. And then this last section allowed us to practice again that vertex calculation. Okay, as always,